So once you have all of your topics set up, you can start to post things in the topic or you can post things outside of the topic. So in order to post assignments, we're going to go to create, and you can post assignments, but you also have choices for other types of assignments. So if you want to create an assignment, a quiz, a question, material, or you can reuse any post you have already created and post it again, and you can also edit it from there. So if we were going to post an assignment, I click on assignment. I'm going to give it a title that they're going to see on the kids page. So we'll do math activity. If we're starting 4th grade, we would be working on arrays as one of our first topics, just for example. Here you can give written instructions, but there's also a way to add your voice to instructions, which we can add later. So instructions for this activity, I already have my activity that I want on my Google Drive, so I'm going to take it from there. So I already know what my instructions are, but if you're not sure, you can always add them in later. So my instructions are going to be to go through the Google Slides and answer the questions about the pictures. So I'm gonna maybe click through Google Slides about arrays. Answer the questions about the pictures on each slide. And you can write as much as you want or as little as you want because your instructions are also going to be in whatever you add. So if you already have your Google Drive set up or you already created Google Slide or a document, you can just go to add and you can add it from your Google Drive. So in the previous video, I added everything from my 4th grade drive into this drive so I can go through it. And I also have everything from Bianca, and I have some other things in here too. So if I open my drive, and I have a ton of stuff in here, but I want to go into something specific from Unit 1. So say I want to use this that I already have created. I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click on Insert. Here is very important what you're going to choose for the students. If this is just something that they are not going to write on at all, you can click View File. If it's just for one student, they can edit the file. But if you are putting this in for multiple students or for a whole class, you want to make sure that you select Make a Copy for each student. That means that each student will get their own copy of the slide. They'll be able to edit it, write on it, and then it will get sent back to you individually. This other options for edit the file might be if you want students to collaborate on something together. Then everything that one student edits, other students will be able to see. But if you want each assignment to be individual, you want to make a copy for each student. Then you have some choices. Over here, you can pick, if you have multiple classes, you can pick which class you want. So right now we're just on this practice class over here, but if I'm departmentalized and I want it for 403 and 404, I can do that. Right now we're just going to assign it here. When you have your students set up, you're going to have the choice of doing it for all students or just for selected students. You can have a point value. So if we did want to use points, we'd probably just have a point value of 4 because we usually use a 1, 2, 3, 4 system. Or you can just have it ungraded if it's just a regular daily assignment. You can select a due date. So we can have this for, let's say it was for the first day of school. You can put a time in. So maybe we'll say, you know, everything is due by the end of the school day. Or you can just have no time because the time is optional. So I'll just put it for the end of the school day. And then the topic, you can put it in a topic, but if you forget, it's okay because you can always move it into the topic later. But say I want this in this topic. You can also create a rubric. So if it was an assessment, you can create your own rubric. You can use a rubric that you've used from any other source, or you can create a rubric in Google Sheets and put it right in here. So if this is just going to be like a daily assignment, it doesn't need to be graded. I don't need a rubric for it. But if it was something that was going to be assessed, we can put points and we can put a rubric that they can look at. And then you would be ready to assign. So if we assign it, it's going to go into that topic, and it's right here. If you didn't assign it to a topic, so you can always edit, delete, or copy it later. But if you didn't set it to a topic or you forgot and you save it, it just goes right to the top of the screen. So it will go right here, and you can always drag it into whatever topic you want. So that's to create an assignment. You can also create, if it was not something that you needed, a Google slide or a Google document, maybe you just want to ask one question. So you can have a quiz assignment or just one question. If you select quiz or question, it brings you right to creating a blank Google form. So say this was let's just say fact, let's go multiplication facts. Thank goodness it tells me spell check on here. So it's going to be like complete the quiz on your multiplication facts. And then it actually creates a blank quiz for you. And if you click on this, it'll bring you to a quiz page. That's cool. I actually didn't know that you can do this. If kids are working on Chromebooks, I actually don't think our kids have Chromebooks because they have iPads or the computers from school. It locks it so that they can focus on their quiz. And that's pretty cool. You could turn it on in here. So, you know, if we were giving them a quiz, maybe this is their multiplication quiz. You could put a description if you want, and then you can add questions. For me, this would just be, you know, you can choose from here what kind of answer you want. So it could be multiple choice, short answer. If you want any kind of other kind of question, it could be a paragraph or longer. You can have multiple choice grid, checkbox grid. That's for more complicated. For us, it would probably just be, for this one, short answer. I just want them to answer the question. And it's going to be a number. And then if that's all I want, I can send it like that. Or if I want more questions, you know, I could put more. And I would change this to short answer. I don't want to give them choices. I just want to see what they know. And it automatically saves, which is wonderful. All changes saved in Drive. So that automatically gets sent to your Drive, and it'll be on your assignment. So if you go back here, this was the quiz that you just created. We could give them points maybe for as many questions as it is, or it can be a 1, 2, 3, 4. We can put a due date, but you don't have to. Let's just pretend we're doing it here. and I want to put that in the first day, and then I can assign it. For that one, it'll actually collect the responses in a Google Sheets, which is like an Excel spreadsheet, and then you can see all of the answers. If you wanted to just create one question, I'm just making something up. That would just be one question. They can have short answer, or it can be multiple choice with options. So I'm actually going to say maybe we would do like, what is the weather today? And you can put instructions, or we can just put in some choices here. Rainy, raining. Yeah, that's good. Good enough. 3 choices. I can take out, there we go, get rid of that one. And then I can just ask that one. I could put points, due date. Oh, and I actually forgot to put the topic in there. I do that sometimes, so maybe I just want to put that in there. And then we can move this around, right? We can have that first, we can have that second, or we can move things wherever we want them. And then if you just post material is what I usually post for the PS 182 resource page. So if you just want them to view something, like you want to do a YouTube video, or you guys know I love number rock videos. So let's go number rock video, and we could just say like, watch the video about, what's one I love? Lines. And then you can add a link to something, a file, YouTube. This would just be for viewing. There's no assignment here. There's nothing they're going to add to it. It's just that. So say I can do YouTube, or I can just do here. So I could do number rock, types of lines, which is my favorite video on number rock, and I can add it. And then we can add anything else. You can add multiple things to post. You can add as many links or documents that you want, but to keep it simple for our kids, we might just want to add one assignment. But if you see on our PS 182 remote learning resources classroom, I sometimes add multiple things. So this would just be material, something that they're going to view, and I'm going to post it. I forgot the topic last time, so I'm going to post it in there, and then it will go right in there. Okay, and then in the next video, I'm going to show you how to create an assignment, like create your own Google slide within, if you don't already have the slide ready.